Hello, everyone, and this is a review on Game Shakers Skywell, episode 1. Oh, her name is Babe. Okay. I was like, oh. Well, anyways, so there's lots of stuff to talk about. I made a few little diddy da da stuff, and I'm going to do it, and I have like less than a few minutes because they actually have a one-parter, two-parter, which is like, oh boy. But, anyways, first things first is Babe versus the squirrel. That was kind of funny. The fact that she was eating in class and she put her cookie or her bar right in the back, and the window was open and the squirrel actually came and got it, and she actually came out there and climbed to get the freaking. That was funny. Kinsey has 9 questions to ask the teacher, which I know someone who definitely did something like that when I was in 7th grade, 8th grade, third through eighth actually. Yeah, Stephanie. But I won't say she's not that brilliant, but on the other hand, it was funny that the 8th grade teacher actually said, no, no, no questions. No. Because she asked so many questions every single day. I know that's kind of bad, but you'll understand why she told her no. Anyways, so Babe and Kinsey actually went to the Subway, and oh yeah, before they went to the Subway, they had an awesome grandfather prank. The fact that they had a fork and spaghetti which was on a plate, and every time he tried to eat it, the plate always moved, which was very cool until the fact of she miscalculated and she blew some of her house apart and also injured her pawpaw, injured her grandfather. Oof. While doing that and going back home, Hobo got a noise alert, and I'm like, Kinsey's gonna be one of those, which is true. And also, it turns out that her parents is like the music that they were playing. They were like, that leads to twerking. That was funny. And then the hobo actually twerked. That was like, whoa. All right, now we get introduced to Double G, who is played by Kel Mitchell. Yes, he is back in the game. He's always been back in the game, but this is actually a TV series. He might actually appear reoccurring, unlike what happened with the Thundermans, which he only just showed up at the dojo and that's it. But yes, awesome. And he has a son named Trip, which that makes sense. He kind of did say that in his YouTube channel. So the two girls used their song for the science project after technically Kinsey made a game for her own self so she can actually enjoy. And then after that, they decided to turn that into their science project, which their science project actually was supposed to be create something that will benefit humanity, or human beneficiality, if you wanted to say it like that. But anyways, they showed it. The teacher said the teacher couldn't really connect video games to human beneficiality, which technically video games calms the people's nerves, and that one seems like it calms people's nerves, even though it is addicting. It most likely can calm the people's nerves, which means it is beneficial because there's less people yelling, less people who might be rude, especially if they're customer service and stuff like that. So it could help that way. Well, anyways, it turns out that they actually put it up on 99 cents on apps, and the teacher gave him an F because, like I said, he couldn't connect video games to human beneficiality. The funny part is that we get to know that Babe actually thinks the Hudson, the blonde guy, is actually cute. That's kind of funny. But anyways, yeah, so we find out that it was the son, it was Trip who actually told Double G is Trip is the reason why Double G got wind that they used their song without permission. And also the lawyer too, because he had to ask the lawyer. Well, actually said, good job, lawyer, on getting that deal, which technically wouldn't, I don't even know, would they pay them for it or what, whatever. But anyways, Kale is awesome in this role. He is awesome. Hudson likes olives apparently, and you have Blippet. Blippet is just basically Simon, but I bet they couldn't actually get the rights to say Simon, that Simon game, so they named it Blippet instead. And cheap knockoff. Well, anyways, they so get noticed in the community, and I have to admit yet again, Kel is just awesome. It's funny that the place that they go is called Fooders Restaurants, and Kinsey overreacts when the subway caused a tremor. She thought it was an earthquake, which that's something to actually know. I'm happy to know that when I do go to New York, whenever I do, that I should be like, oh, Subway, it caused tremors. Oh, well, that's one good food for thought. And it looks like that Babe has connections. Her mom is a realtor. I think she said her uncle is a construction worker, or he's able to actually maneuver the whole entire look of the inside of the new headquarters. And it got hosted on a News Pop Nation video. That's a YouTube News which channel which I bet doesn't even exist. I bet they basing it off of something, but I don't know. I'm not in the know of what they're actually making fun of or basically making a homage to. Moments later for you guys, and freaking dang, hopefully you guys don't hear the washing machine. Hopefully you don't. But anyways, so the place got pimped out. How pimped out it got? It got so pimped out, it actually got freaking Kinsey into shock. She went to shock at it. And then, oh man, it's funny that while in Paris, Double G actually screwed over Trip's girl game, or the game, you know what I mean, right? So now it's the lawyer who is the true blame because Double G actually forgot about the whole fiasco. But the lawyer reminded him. So if the lawyer wasn't there, he most likely would have just continued on with everything, just like what Babe would have figured he would have done. But anyways, well, one funny thing I do have to mention is that for Trip, it's like, you took my girl, I take your bread. That was nice. Yeah, the bodyguard pushed the kids away, the French kids, and one girl was named Monique. Yeah, that was. Well, anyways, so Hudson is doing the motion capture like thing, and apparently a jetpack was made. Chances are Kinsey made it. So that's kind of cool. They actually used that to do a new level on the Norwal thing. I don't know what the game is. Okay, I don't care. But anyways, and then all of a sudden, Double G just came in there. It's like, what? You would figure for kids they would actually lock the door, and it looks like they don't even have some way to lock the door, which is interesting. That's something like very, very interesting. But of course, I would figure that chances are that door that Double G went into actually was inside their office and not actually when you walk into the whole entire building. I hope not, because then that's like, geez. Because I'm sorry to make a realization on this, but in New York, it's not really that cool, You could get robbed very easily, and for people who are like, oh, these girls got into celebrity overnight, got lots of money, well, we're gonna break into this place because they're just a bunch of kids. Like, you're right, they have like some, but of course, hopefully their uncle would have hooked them up with even a security, yeah, IT tech, ATT, or whatever. But anyways, yeah, let's continue on. So the piracy factor, and Kinsey realized that the mistake that they made. Yeah, she realizes now. And it's awesome that Trip actually just made a Nutty Professor reference. That was nice. That makes it even more enjoyable as a person who is... Yeah, anyways. So they have a Tuesday deadline for the payment of $1.2 million. Holy frick. So they have that, and then Babe pains to let... Oh, sorry, I meant to say, Babe plans to actually just let the whole thing blow over like before. Like, technically, doing all those tours, he forgot all about the whole fiasco that happened. But the lawyer reminded him. This time around, he didn't have any, like, concerts or anything, so he didn't actually forget. But if he did, then it would have been forgotten. And the only thing that they needed to do was make tip the lawyer in some change and make him not remind him. But anyways, so Kenzie was busy comforting herself in the classroom because she's so nervous. And we find out that Kenzie's grandma, the one that gave her that blip it turns out she's actually in prison. Holy frick. Oh boy. And the teacher is so clueless in what's going on. They were trying to actually ask to go to the bathroom and notice the fact that the freaking helicopter went down on one of their roofs. You would actually have been suspicious, or heck, yeah, this is really the messed up thing about teachers and professors, is the fact that you're so brilliant, but you can't put two to two together. Yeah, so it's like they actually put up the game for 99 cents, okay? They have a song that they didn't ask the person who created the song permission to put it in the game. So eventually you would figure the person who actually made the song would so say, "Oh no you didn't," and come after him, which that's what happened. And personally for me, I was like, yeah, I can understand that. Run, kids, run. But instead, he was so clueless that he blocked them from escaping, and Double G just came into the freaking dang classroom. They did have a moment where we find out that Trip's teacher, homeschool teacher in quotations, or tutor, she's a hot girl. She's a hot girl. And he said, "Yeah, I don't go to the school. I have her." And he's like, that's a better choice than what we got. Well, anyway, so they decided to run. Their plan is to run, which is smart. Hudson kind of struggled because he decided to hide in a closet with only a pencil to hide behind. And then after that, they all were able to go to the HQ. But sadly, Double G was there before they even got in there because he said he has a freaking airplane. Which, I don't know. I am so confused when it comes to this. It's like, okay, so he has an airplane. He's able to do it. We have no idea how far that base, that their HQ is from their school. I bet it most likely might take a lot of time to get there. So I guess it makes sense that they have shortcuts and everything. And they have a helicopter. Okay, this makes sense. So anyways, Double G actually went to the court, and the court basically said he can jack their stuff. So that's what they were doing, was jacking their stuff. Trip confronted his father on the whole thing. It's like, no, we shouldn't allow this to happen. I mean, come on. They make video games, chances are they can make more, and they'll make more money, and then later on you'll actually see what happens to that. So the sad part, yeah, this shows you a sad part in the business world. It actually invites kids to what happens. So, yeah, the sad part of the business world is that if you use something that is not yours and you claim it as your own, even though they weren't really doing that, they claimed the game was theirs, but not the song, but people didn't know that. So it's like, well, yeah, there's like the sad thing of business world is even though you say, "I didn't mean to do it," they're going to basically be like, "Well, even though you didn't mean to do it, we're gonna screw you over." Yeah, and thank freaking G that YouTube isn't this powerful either. Just the fact that they're like, well, I bet they are, but I haven't gotten to the point of that, and I hope I never do. I never do it. Even though my first YouTube channel, I kind of did get a little bit in trouble. Never in trouble, but I got to the point of where at least 2 or 3 of my videos actually was paying them money for me using their content, even though one of them was only reason why it got that. Well, 2 of them, kind of 2. One, the reason is because I was showing a video game off, and sadly their music was playing while I was doing that video game, which was like, oops. But they didn't take that as oops, they take it as, oh yeah, we're gonna get money for that. And another one was basically showing comparisons of something happened in Power Rangers, and they basically said, yeah, we own this property. They didn't take it down. That's the cool thing, is that they didn't actually take it down. But still, they wanted money from it. Yeah, it's like 2 of them that actually they want money from. And the joke's on them is that those 2 videos never was seen like what they believe, and they're like, oh, you owe us money. It's like, I can understand if it's 10,000 videos, 10,000 views and more. And sorry for this tangent, but I'm just saying, if it's 10,000 views or more, I can understand. You're like, oh, hell no, give me our money. We want our money from that. But the ones that they freaking did, in the end, even though I actually blocked it before I destroyed everything, yeah, I technically put it as unlisted. So it's like, no one will watch that video. No one will know that video exists. So it's like, you don't get Zippo dollars. You don't get crap. It doesn't make sense. It's like, no one gives a crap about the video. Yes, your song's in it, but no one gives a crap about the video. Which is like, all right, anyways, so awesome. They did the pants gag. The fact that you pulled down someone's pants is, it's always a good gag. It's always a classic. Too bad nowadays it's not even truly funny anymore because, well, people have their pants sagging to the ground already. Even though that's supposed to be funny as hell, now they just make it as like some kind of freaking damn custom or some kind of crap. Which sadly, that actually first originated in prisons, if you guys didn't know. Food for thought. So Kinsey went mental on the Blippet getting seized. Oh, she sure did. It turns out that Double G loves Blippet as well, and his father actually took it away from him and continued pushing him into this music career, which he's kind of like Joe Jackson in a way. And they used, which is smart, they used that story to get empathy. The fact of it's like, well, you see, if you're taking away this business of ours, it's just like you being your father taking away the Blip It from you. So, and it's kind of funny, he makes a comment of, I wish my daddy was still alive so I could spank him with my money. Awesome. That was awesome. So, of course, a deal was met, and Trip actually was smart enough to figure a way out. So he got a way out. He got a job from him. And let me just say, Hudson is a trip in this whole entire series. He's a trip in this two-parter episode. So funny. And he gets to move back to with his mom. So Trip gets to move back with his mom, and arrangements are being made. Of course, they had an awesome party, but before that, Hudson said the most funniest thing, and I'll end it with this, is that he said, it was Double G who was like, you guys, why are you going to hire a DJ if you have the best person around to do it? And then he's like, Michael Bublé's gonna come here, and it was so funny. Oh, Michael Bublé is better than Double G in Hudson's eyes. It was so funny. It was so funny. Double G was about to beat that down. Well, anyways, Game Shakers. Should you watch it? Should you not watch it? I think you should definitely watch it, especially if you're a kid. Definitely watch it. If you're a fan of Kel Mitchell, this is the best act that I've seen in a long while that actually captures Kel Mitchell. Besides that, Thunderman, the Thundermans episode. So I'm glad he's back on TV. I am very, very glad. He's most likely might make a few appearances. I don't think he's going to be like a lot of appearances, but I know it's going to be like a few appearances. So that is something that makes me very, very happy. So definitely go check this one out. At least give it one bite. Just one bite. That's all I'm asking. And it looks like next episode, if I do a review on it, it's going to be something very personal because I lost my jacket too. I lost a jacket 2 times. 2 times. Anyways, thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next review. Have a great week.